Welcome everyone, this is Jackie Williams. In this video, I want to share with you a quick and easy way to use these border prints. These are the prints that sometimes just have a print across one edge, or often they have it across two edges, or in some cases even all the way around four edges. They can sometimes be a little bit tricky to use. So today I'm sharing with you a quick, easy idea that will work with not only your border prints, but even just a way to use your printed papers. So I have cut a card front size out of the border print, and you could get 6 out of this. It's just the one that I'm going to demonstrate with today. And I have put the measurements in the video description of what I'm using, but you can certainly tweak those to fit the card size that you want, even a non-standard size card. And because we have a lot of blank space up here, what I'm going to do is cut about 1 to 1.5 inches off. It doesn't really matter. What we'll do is flip that around and then place it down here at the bottom. This was inspired by a sketch that Stampin' Up! Put out, and I thought it was a great way to utilize the printed papers. And this is something that you can just grab whatever you've got in your stash and make a sample or two. And then we place this here. Now I made this, the white mat underneath, very, very slim. You could make that bigger if you wanted. And then I'm gonna use some white twine to go over that gap. You could also use ribbon, or even another slim strip of printed or plain cardstock that coordinates. So what I'm going to do here is tack the twine down on the back, go around the front, tack it down on that tape, and then turn it around, get that straightish, and then go back over like this. And then you don't have your twine running across the back and just on the front. And then I've taken a separate piece and then I'll tie a bow around those two existing pieces. Okay, and then for the card base, I'll use basic beige to tie in this neutral color. Now there's another print in the Valley and Bloom pack. Sorry, I don't think I said that. These papers are from the Valley and Bloom suite and paper pack, and there's another print that is just basic beige on one side and then this nice mottled green on the other, and I'm just going to use this in the background as kind of an alternative to an embossing folder. It just gives a very soft interest on the back, but still keeps the printed paper as the main focus. There we go. And then I've used that same paper, but this time used the green side and just stamped out some words. Now these words are from the July paper pumpkin kit, the Hooray for Birthdays, I believe it's called. And it's got a cute little stamp set in there with some very usable words. I'm just deciding where I want that. I think I want it down here. I don't want to cover up my flowers. Okay, and then let's get some of these beautiful gems that come with the Valley and Bloom suite. Something like this. And there you go. It's very quick, very simple, but a great way to use your stash as well as your border prints. So here's another sample that I made. It's just another piece of the paper, so they'll all turn out just a little bit differently. And I didn't use that printed paper behind, so it's just solid, plain, basic beige. It's a very subtle thing, but I quite like that detail in the back. Now I've got some other samples to share with you. So this is another one that uses a border print. This one was inspired by Angela Merritt's Reed. And this is from the Velvet Meadow suite, and this is quite a short floral print, so it was perfect for this card. And like the other one, you had some blank space up at the top, so we just cut it, flipped it over, and put it down at the bottom. And then these two are from the sunflower fields. And the reason why I made two was because the back of this paper is actually this one and vice versa. So what I did is I trimmed off an inch and then swapped them because I thought they actually matched a little bit better. So you could do that. Cut up all your card fronts, cut off the layers that you want, and then mix and match to create some unique combinations. Now these ones aren't necessarily border prints, so it works perfectly well with your other prints. And then another example of that is with the artisan sketched papers. This is one where one side is kind of open black and white drawings, perfect for coloring in, and then the other side is a little more solid typically. So I colored in the one side, trimmed off an inch, and then just finished off my card. So that was a nice one to do while you're watching a movie, doing some fun coloring in if that's something that you enjoy. And then you can change it up. So for this one with the Moonlit Flora, again, we have some beautiful picture prints and borders, and these are ways to just capture little portions of it. And for this one, I actually put just plain embossed cardstock at the bottom rather than the other bit of the print. And by doing that, you could even get more card fronts out of your sheets of paper. And then you can also step it up. For example, this one with the Waterside Retreat, this particular pack has some prints that have pictures or little scenes, little rectangular and square scenes. So you could just cut those to the size that you want and then use the other prints or the back sides to create your little strip at the bottom or the top, however you want to put it. And then you could also step it up by adding a die cut or other embellishment on the front just to give it a little bit more of a 3D effect. And then for this sample, I used the Hooray for Birthdays paper pumpkin kit. Now the prescribed projects are these cute little easel cards, but I took the embellishments and actually made one of these. So in this case, I didn't use printed paper per se. I actually just have white and then a little strip of one of the card bases, which I guess is printed paper. And then you've got these really cute, actually pretty delicate die cuts that come in that kit, and then these words that are stickers, and they're not quite chipboard, but they're quite thick. So it's somewhere between cardstock and chipboard. So there's a way you can take it from using your printed papers for quick and easy to stepping it up and using other things and using the same layout. So I hope you enjoyed that. If you have a friend who enjoys quick and easy cards, please share this video with them. Leave me a comment and of course subscribe. And until next time, keep putting those creations in the mail so you can make someone else's day too. This is Jacque Williams, and